punishment for the sake of correction.
What you punishing? Your flesh. You're punishing your flesh. These mortal thoughts, these mortal desires that want these fucking pleasures, man. Go ahead, man.
Discipline, physical punishment, teaching, suffering.
Suffering, right? But suffering brings the rulership, right? So we cry now so we can laugh later. Now, I was watching again Ninja Assassin, and you know, it's based on a true story about how ninjas were recruited. So what they did was they kidnapped kids and they groomed them to be ninjas. And they worked for the government, but they don't take currency, they only take gold. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these assassinations come from ninjas and things of that nature. But with that being said, the master told Razu, he said drinking, or he said something about like eating food and something else is all suffering in the flesh. He said you master these, you master the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm thinking about, you know, like how you have to cut off your pleasures and things of that nature, man. But he was just saying you master your weakness, so basically you can strengthen your spirit, man. Let's make you another video. Go ahead, bro.
Instruction given, teaching, learning, knowledge. Basically, when you discipline yourself and you doing what you're supposed to do in this truth, man, you start to get more knowledge. And when you learn it, because you know how brothers always go into it, man, the Lord will open you up, man. Because a part of the discipline is studying, you know, fasting, fellowship, just being communicative with brothers, man. Saying no. You know, all these things is building you up. And you see how some brothers move, who's more seasoned in this truth. And you take heed of it and you start seasoning up more because you see that's the way of the man the Lord moves, man. You know?
Going back into it, it says, for the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit and remove from thoughts that are without understanding and without abide with unrighteousness.
A lot of these guys, man, they weren't disciplined. Like even the war, all he wanted to do was drink. Every problem ended with a glass or a shot. You know, he never delved into the scriptures to combat these issues with the scriptures. What he did was he used the spirit of alcohol in order to face his problems or to make his walk more smoother. But look at him now, man.
Jake think they can fool the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Like Jake think they can fool. Like it's gonna show if how shot your top priority, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
So if it's not the priority, it's gonna show.
And one thing you see, support is what? Hey, your video page. Your video page. Now we ain't saying that's everything, but that's most of it.
Showing your work.
Showing your work.
Because that's where your time going. You know, where your time going is going to show. It's going to whatever your time is going into, it's going to show in your outcome. Yeah. Whatever you input into, that's where your outcome will be. You know, even if you work out, you do biceps, you know, you're going to use biceps, shoulders to be moving, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like whatever you input, okay, you can't fake what the output is. Right. You see? So your output is showing what you input. So like you say, you go to the channel, you go to the page, you go to the day-to-day, and then when it comes time to, it's just like when you go to like UFC, a lot of these fighters, you know, they be one-dimensional, you know, but you have all these months to prepare for the fight, but then you get in there and you still one-dimensional. Nigga, you been bullshit. You knew you was one-dimensional 6 months ago. And you go into this motherfucker one-dimensional, you bullshit.
Facing your opponent.
Yeah, so whatever you pour into, you can't make it. Because your output gonna show what you really invested in, man.
Just like you got
wherever your treasure is, there where you let your heart be also.
Get your heart. Matthew 6.
Brother speaking on discipline, and I had got the definition of etymology, but like you said, instruction given. And then Apostle Tahar give the instruction, the decree to do 3 videos a week. So if that's an instruction given by way of discipline, you will be doing videos, man. And like you said, that you're gonna see that output by way of brothers' pages, man, or lack thereof. You know, so you know that discipline, man, it's gonna have to be in you, man. You're gonna have to be willing to do it, man. And the only way it's gonna truly be in you, if you really are sincere, humble, and the Lord has touched you, man.
At one point in truth, you gotta say fuck it.
Yeah.
People just gonna be mad. Fuck it. People gonna be mad. If you truly in the house shop, people gonna be offended because of how obsessed you are to this thing.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to meet everybody else's schedule. Motherfucker gonna have to just miss out. And if you really believe in immortality, you ain't missing shit. You know? So that's the perspective that we have to have in the truth. And it's a whole nother level. It's easier said than done to say fuck it. You know, to really don't give a damn about how they feel at the moment because you know what got to be done. But you keep doing, and that's the one thing about discipline and wisdom. If you keep applying it and doing it, then after a while, everything that's still remaining, well, they done submit it to your will. Right. Now they operating off your schedule. You're not operating off their schedule. You're not operating off their agenda. You're not operating off what they want. You're not operating off their emotion. No, they operating off you. You know, they know what it is. You know? That's it.
Get it, please ask me the same.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. It's Yahweh Shai speaking, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right, your heart is your mind. So our treasure is the thought or the perspective of attaining the kingdom of heaven, man. So there's nothing wrong with basically balancing yourself out. But most of these vices, if you overindulge, you kill yourself. You quench your spirit. And we're in a time frame where we have to be circumspect at all times now, man. So one false move can make you slip. You can go into that fire or you can drown in that water. Remember, this is the straight gate, right? Hey, just like showing up told Leroy, man, playtime is over, man. And if you can't feel the intensity that this world is coming to, you're out the spirit, man. You're about to sink, right? There's nothing outside this world to make you cling on to these worldly things, man. That's why the scripture states what? Basically, rise now and depart. So when Esau basically come with the microchip, you have no connection to it, right? Whether that's family, a car, an apartment, a household, whatsoever, you can really say fuck it.
And Bruce Leroy had to see Show Enough.
He had to.
He had to, because Show Enough was terrorizing that nigga.
He did.
He had to see Show Enough. But that's just like that demon.
Go ahead.
That's just like that main, you all, in every stage, you know, of life, you always gonna have this main villain that you're gonna have to get past to get to the next level. Yeah, so no matter what, it might be drinking, it might be the video game, it might be a woman, you know, it might be traveling, it might be a family, it might be a job, it might be a career, you know. But you're gonna make it to the point to where you can't, because we were really not trying to fuck with Show Enough like that.
Right.
But nah, if you don't deal with it, it's gonna wreck all your shit.
That's right.
You know, so we all come to a point to where there's certain demons that we gotta face, and there's certain sacrifices that we gotta put on the altar.
That's right.
Like you got Abraham. That's why Abraham was silent, because he was willing to put Isaac on the altar.
And it was accounted for what? As righteousness.
Righteousness.
That's a work.
The Lord rewards sacrifices, man.
Right.
You know, and then there's speaking personal experience, man. The Lord rewards sacrifices, man. If you're trying to hold on to that sacrifice, you know, and if you're a man of the Lord, man, hey, it's gonna be the hard one.
That's it. You know? Sacrifice goes into the fucking mouth.
Because either you gonna put it on the altar, or most high gonna fuck you up, you gonna let it go anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna willfully put it on the altar. If you're a man of the Lord, the Most High gonna intervene and he gonna fuck you up for bullshit, and that shit gonna get burnt up anyway.
Well, you can be like fucking like Abraham did, and basically, hey, Isaac was preserved for him because of his faith. But the Most High had a trap door, which was a ram was in the bush, right in the thicket. Go ahead, bro. Listen.
Brother, you were talking about a few minutes ago. He was saying, you know, sometimes you just gotta say fuck it. And what it made me think about it, there's always two sides. You got the spirit and you got the world. So when I thought about it, you know, it's like you can't serve two masters. You know, going to the precept, this is Matthew 6 and 24. It says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, or else he will hold to one and despise the other. He cannot serve the Most High.
It has to be a clean break. You have the world of Esau, you have the world of Yahushua. And whatever input you put in is gonna show your output. If you're in the world of Esau, you're gonna appear worldly. If you're in the world of Yahushua, you will appear spiritual. It's just that simple, man.
And like you said, both sides do gradualism.
Yeah.
Satan gradually drag you out the truth.
Yes, sir.
You know, he don't just snatch you overnight.
Mm-mm.
You know, he chip away at you. Because how does Satan drag you out the truth? You keep compromising.
That's right.
Keep compromising.
Right.
You keep compromising. Keep compromising. The next thing you know, you ain't over there.
That's right.
You know, compromise. Now you out of there.
That's it.
That's how Satan works. Satan get you to compromise, and Satan ain't coming to you. You know, I say, no hand, go hand man. You know, he coming at you.
Your mama,
your brother, your woman. You know, even if your woman is on point, Satan uses everybody as a throwaway. So your woman might be on point, but then he just jump on her just to chip away at you. And then she go back to being cool.
That's it.
He jump on her again, chip away some more.
That's it.
He'll jump on this person, chip away you from this angle. He'll jump on this person, chip away you from this angle. You know, and if you know, not spiritually discerned, next thing you know, now the truth is a side thing, man. And now you a slave to everything else.
And the reason why he's chipping away because your foundation is in Yahushua, which is a sturdy foundation. So like you say, he has to chip at it. He has to chip at it, man.
Look what happened to Adam by way of Eve. You know, he kept whispering in the ear, the weaker vessel. And what did Adam do? He fell weak, man. That was Satan using Eve as a crafty tool to get Adam off, man.
And that was gradualism. Because Eve had everything in the world, but she wanted the status of Adam. And you see that with your woman, man, or like Steph Curry is the perfect example.
Yeah.
Here, this bitch got everything in the world, but she wants the status of her husband, man.
And Eve chipped away at Adam. It wasn't one conversation.
Yeah.
She compromised here, she compromised there. Because you know, like, just on an example, you know, she probably said, well, look, just let one of the handmaids watch, you know. And then later on, well, let her just touch on you while, you know, the next thing you know, it's a full-blown threesome. That's how Satan works, man. He comes through grab, even with Sakara, with that little ratchet bitch he was dealing with. You know, she gradually worked that nigga to that shit, man. Mm-hmm. You know, to where he just, now he and this bitch getting fully paid. But that's how Satan deal with things and gradualism, man. You know?
And that's what the industry, this nigga from the industry said. He said, like, how they get you with these trainings. First, they don't slip women, and then all of a sudden, they'll slip a man. You know what I'm saying? But it's slow.
Yeah.
You know, it may be like, it starts off with 3 women, 4 women, and then this other time, it may be a man with 2 women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say, he may be in there watching, and then the next thing you know, you drugged up, he started touching you. And he's steadily chipping away until now you're having a sexual intercourse with this nigga.
It was one celebrity they said, like the stylist, like they said certain stylists while they dressing, you touch on you, you kind of see. I forgot who it was, but they were saying they seen no stylists in.
I was
gonna say he said it too.
But he ain't
somebody else though, man. They said he coming there like, you know, like showing, putting it on them and touching on them, rubbing on them, like, and all that kind of shit.
Remember that documentary I'm telling you about how them influencers when Esau started first getting into them influencers? This guy, he was like, they had, I think it was like 6 different rooms they went in. But it reminded me when you say chip away. Because he said that the guy that was over it, the wicked, like, I'm pretty sure one of the wicked DJs over one of them, the doorkeepers, he told him a slow drip is better than a waterfall. So each room, they have, the first room was maybe them just meeting and greeting. And the next room was them doing something else, like closer to the lip. And the next room, and he said he looked up in the last room, they got in there, they had like cameras in a circle. And they was in hoods and shit like that, and they had them doing this weird shit. But the point is, they slowly got into it. He said slow drip is better than water.
Yeah, bro.
But that slow drip, you don't pay that water first start hitting, you don't realize it flows something. You know what I'm saying? But he done sat there and he done ruined it, now the whole foundation messed up. Like you were saying, like if you gotta submit slam, you gotta slowly break away at that. You can't just drag that whole thing out of the way. You gotta break it out bit by bit. And you gotta remove it.
That's it.
And then you can lay down something new.
And it's not alarming. When you constantly chipping away at something that's not alarming, you become still relaxed, you still composed. Because if you just came full fledged, and hell no, but if you do it slowly and slowly, people get more relaxed and comfortable. Let me think about it. Oh, it's not going to.
The whole
It's not
movie
gonna
with
get out.
No, it's not.
it was Morgan Freeman, and I can't think the Edomite dude when they was in jail. And you know what I'm saying, he was a lawyer or something, and he got locked up, but he was digging through that jailhouse wall, man, for years, man. Just slowly digging, little dirt at a time. He'll go out there on the yard, he'll empty his pockets out. I can't remember the name of the movie, but it was that gradualism to what he finally got where he wanted to be outside the walls, man. But it took years to do it, man. But like the brothers are saying, Satan, man, he'll chisel on your ass for a hot minute, man. He ain't got shit but time. Another example in the scriptures is that Delilah and Samson. You know, she kept chiseling them. You know, how you got your strength? How you got your strength? Just chiseling. To what? He finally told what his secret was, and she ran them out to the Philistines, man.
And how was she able to disarm him? She was being feminine.
That's right.
Manipulating with sexual acts and shit.
That's what breaks you down. You know, because these ratchet bitches, you know, these ratchet masculine motherfuckers, they really don't disarm you. Like, you deal with them on some freaky shit. But the motherfucker that disarm you is the feminine motherfucker that's serving you, catering you, that's flattering you,
rubbing your back and shit.
You're the greatest nigga ever. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
I never, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I got that word.
Be hypnotized up in there, man.
It's that word seductive here in Edamon. It says tending to lead aside or astray.
That's what women
Alluring,
do.
lead a,
That's what women do. And you can't trust these women, man. I don't give a damn how cool they may be, how many years you've been with them. A woman is like a snake. She will turn on you, man. You know, you will fuck around and get snake bit.
They say alert.
You said what now?
Alert. That word alert.
What is that?
And that goes into being enticed by something. You know, it's
Like a homing device.
Well, it's an enticement.
That's infatuation.
Yeah, it's like a hyper attraction or something. You know, an allurement. Like, you know, Jay-Z had this song.
I was thinking about that allure,
you know, because you think about, like you say, you think about the dope game. Esau put the music video give the allurement to the dope game.
Yeah.
Because you see the cars, the women,
that's
the
right.
clout,
The money,
the club
that's
life,
right, that's
the
right.
bottles,
That's right.
you know, but you don't see the keep those.
Yeah.
All right, what Pimp C, why aren't y'all telling the other side
That's
of
right.
the
Yeah.
So said that.
No, Esau just gave you the allurement.
That's right.
He gave the women the allurement of feminism.
Yeah.
He didn't give them the single, broke, you know, broken, traumatized. He didn't show that part of feminism. He gave them the allurement. And they go all the way back to Satan. And see, the woman, she's good at the allurement. See, what we have to understand with women in this society, they're bred to be manipulative. That's in them. Even when they don't know they're doing it, they doing it. It's bred in them to be manipulative. So, as men, you have to understand the nature of the breed of woman you're dealing with. You got to understand the nature of the breed of woman that we're dealing with. Okay? They ain't been far removed from being women. Esau has programmed them to be weapons. And the worst thing you can do is be an open book to a weapon. You see? If you're an open book to a weapon, we did. Because that's why a woman, she just listening to you and taking in, and she repackaged that shit like she customized for you. But really, she just been studying you. Yeah, like a woman to do that shit, man. So this shit, the shit with these women now, this shit got levels to this shit, man.
Got you all there. So Micah 75. Trust you not in a friend. Put you not confidence in a guide.
Yeah.
Keep the doors of your mouth from her that lie in your bosom.
Yeah, you can't talk too much around a woman. A woman should, all right, a woman should know everything about how you move, how you think, your history. The scripture tell you, rehearse not, you know, your evil to a woman. You go to the book of Proverbs, man. You don't need to tell her all your past stories. Of course, you got situations you only want to vibe, people and chilling and talk, okay? But as a man, you always got to have reserve. You got to have reserve. You got to have some shit going on that the woman knows nothing about. Not just other women, but just situations to where this shit go bad. Because as a king, what does a king need? somewhere to retreat.
Right.
You gotta have somewhere to fall back if this shit go bad. Like King David, when that shit went bad, he went to the wilderness.
Right.
And no one knew that element of King David. It's certain people they didn't know King David had that element too.
Right.
They just seen him as the throne, the glory. Because King David was shit. King David pretty much when you go into it, King David was like a tree in there.
Hey, can I back you up? Hey, y'all check this out. It's going into what the priest is saying. Ecclesiastes 9:1. Be not jealous over the wife of your bosom, and teach her not an evil lesson against yourself.
So you don't need to tell her every story, every night out you had.
Right.
You don't need to tell her everything, man. You need to be, especially in these times, man. Because these women, because see, the new game with women is because they know men, is against, that masculine shit. So now you got women that's faking feminism. That's faking being feminine. Right. They're faking being feminine, man.
Can I say this, Bree? And then a woman, you could be with a woman for 4 or 5 years. That woman would take you all around the world. She would do all type of freaky stuff and still leave you at a drop of a dime. Yeah. It don't fucking matter. See, a man look at shit different than a woman do. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, a man always gonna be like, okay, if I partner with this woman, he's always thinking about the future. But when it comes to these females, they're only here for the here and now, right? And once that ride is no longer thrilling, they're ready to get out the car. But we gonna see how real these women are when Jake Trouble come around, and especially when that microchip is pushed.
Can I get the rest of this? I got a point for you too. It said this rest of that seductive. It says tempting and attractive, enticing, deceitful.
You to do evil. You to do evil. You to break the law, statutes, and commandments. Now this bitch will know you don't eat pork, but she'll try to tell you, well, go ahead and taste this. It ain't gonna hurt. This motherfucker know you want your steak well done, but try medium rare. You know how we get done. And the motherfuckers out there with y'all can eat pig feet, pork rinds. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be trying to, you need to do this. Hey, whatever. Because your ride ain't gonna affect mine.
And they'll try to get you to run red
You
lights.
can celebrate Christmas. You can go to church. I even ask your ass, y'all was church today, what y'all talking about? Because I don't give a fuck.
It's according to my lure, right? But when you're fishing, what do you use a lure? The fish see that lure, but what he don't see is attached to that motherfucker. He don't see that hook. So that lure look good. It look attractive. It's enticing to him. But it's very deceitful because once he bite on that lure, he don't see it. Now he got that hook in his jaws. And by the time he get that hook in his jaws, it's too late. It don't matter. And then going back to what y'all was just talking about, and work him down, fishing the fish. So once he get that lure, that's the first part. You wearing his ass out. So if the fish know he got the hook in there, a lot of times you'll know it's a situation. But the situation will work you down. It'll chip at you. But you got it. The only way you can get that hook out your mouth is through your house by shooting out shot.
And I'm gonna say this too, and that's not everybody's story because there are good women out there. There's a balance to everything. So certain brothers got good women, you know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. But that's not every brother's story though. Just because one brother is living like this, that doesn't mean that's your story. You gotta be comfortable in that, bro.
Ecclesiastes 7:26, I'm gonna read it in NLT. So I discovered that a seductive woman is a trap, more bitter than death. Her passion is a snare, and a soft hand of chains.
Going back to feminine, because that's what disarm men is, that feminine nature, man. Of a woman. You see, and that's why women who are sincerely feminine, they be put up, they be chilling. Them women they good. The woman that's sincerely feminine, they be put up, they straight because a man is drawn to protect that, to provide for that, to shelter that, But see, what you have is women that are use that same feminine attribute as a way to disarm you and to get into your shit and infiltrate your shit, man. And that's what we got to be aware of in this time, man. As we level up, Satan level up, man. Because he knows, Ratchet Rochelle ain't gonna get the job done. He gonna send that feminine, motherfucker serving and catering That's how he get in that motherfucker, man. What that sign say? Let's eat.
Yeah, you know.
You got it, bro.
It's a passion. It's a snare in the soft hands or chains.
Passion goes into desire, a craving.
Those who please them.
The Ratchet Rochelle out there.
Doing that by himself.
Those who please Yahweh Shah will escape her.
It said, those who please you, how about your mouth shine? How do you please the Lord? By serving. Well, if you're occupied and serving, guess what? If somebody's not sincerely for you, they're not going to want to stick around.
That's right.
While you serving you, how about your mouth shine? Because they're going to be on the back burner most of the time. You see? They're not going to want to stick around while you sincerely serving the Lord. You see?
And then the Most High is going to put that spirit on her to remove her.
Yep.
You know, she may start texting, she may become cold, but that's the Most High protecting you from a potential fall, man.
Yep.
But the sinner will be caught in her snare.
Yeah, the sinner be caught in her snare, man. Why? Because the sinner has time to be occupied in that shit. You see? You got time to be occupied and be manipulated and play these little games, do all this bullshit. See, that's why going back to being the new creature, you're not appealing to many women. The new creature in your house is not appealing to many women. And that's part of the discipline and sacrifice that you do. No, you're not going to be appealing to many women when you really engulfed in this thing, man. You know? You got to go there.
I got one more. 1 Corinthians 7:34. There is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and spirit. But she that is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband.
Yeah, because you got to understand, whenever you're with somebody that's fully not engaged like you are, well, what are they engaged in? It's going to be the world, okay? And they're going to be concerned about things of this world. And a woman, and her nature is to be concerned, like the elder said, with the right now. Women can't give a fuck, can't not give a fuck like we do.
Okay?
You know, they can't not say fuck this shit like we do. You see, the worst thing you can do is think that you here and your woman there. No. Or even if she's there, no. See, when it comes to, it's a big difference, man. Okay, it's a major difference between how we look at this truth and how the woman look at this truth, man. Okay, go ahead.
One more. 1 Corinthians 7:33. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world. You know what? Let me start at verse 32. 31. 1 Corinthians 7:31. And they that use this world is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world pass away.
Yeah, the fashion of this world pass away. So even go to the woman, you use the woman. It's every brother's in a different situation. But we have to understand we use the woman, all right, in the dynamic to where she's beneficial to what we got going on. Okay? But when you start leaning on this woman, when you start entangling yourself with this woman, then it becomes a hindrance, man.
The brothers know, you may slow down on calling, not fellowshipping, not showing up, things that nature. We've seen it all before, man. Yeah, it's a slow drip, and it starts off small. I mean, remember, it starts off small before there is a huge snowball effect, right? A little more. 1 Corinthians 7:32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord.
Yeah, see, and when Apostle Paul going to it, it's going to add a dynamic that even us, that are married, we still have to operate in a particular way at times.
Mm-hmm. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
Yeah, so if you're unmarried, you can be tapped in on another level. That's why, brothers, if you don't have a woman, don't look at it as if you in a cursed situation. Nah, man, you in a situation where you can tap in on a completely another level. You don't have any hindrance, man. You don't have nothing holding you back from tapping into this, man. You see? But once that woman is involved, it's a completely different dynamic. Go ahead.
That's pretty much it. Keep going? Okay. All right, so let me go. 1 Corinthians 7:33. But he that is married, care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
Yeah, because you're going to have to care for shit that you really don't care about because she care about the shit.
Holiday.
Yeah, because she want to go here, she want to do this, she want this going on with you. Okay, it's cool, it's a balance, but then at the same time, it's a lot of things that the woman going to care about. You really don't care about like that. You got to deal with the shit because you got to keep some type of balance in the house.
Yeah.
So you got to deal with the shit to a degree, but you really don't care about that shit like that. The shit that is everything to them a lot of times don't mean shit to us, man.
That's right.
And
we're not saying you beat your women, you curse your women out. We don't do that. But we're saying, fuck it. If she want to leave, let her go. If she stop calling, let her go. You know what I'm saying? If she's not texting, let her go. If she switches up on you, let her go. It's just that simple, man.
You can't treat your relationship like a social media platform, man. Because these people on social media, they just tell the whole world everything they do. They show them everything they do. They just put their whole business and lifestyle out there, man. You can't do that with your woman, man. You gotta give her bits and pieces, man. Like it's a balance. Like what I said, you can talk to her, you can tell her things, but it can't be things that she should know, man. Some things just ought to be preserved for you and yourself, man. Like the great escape, you know what I'm saying?
Your woman shouldn't know about camp business.
Right.
She shouldn't know about brother's personal life.
Right.
She shouldn't know none of this shit.
Well, deep issues you got going on.
She shouldn't know none of this. Yeah, deep things that because there's certain things, it's only like you can't help me with this.
Right.
All right. Well, then you can do a smoothie, a salad, but most everything else, I got to deal with this. Either I got the brotherhood or how about your mouth shop. With the brotherhood is an extension of the how about your mouth shop.
Or worldly shit. Because, hey, a woman will tell you, she'll break you down like Samson. She'll break you down, hey, tell me this, I want to know. But when you tell her things, what happens? She loses that attraction. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of female nature, man. So they say they want to know, but when they do find out, they're no longer acting the same because they don't look at you the same no more.
She like the mystery.
That's what it is,
She
bro.
love that mystery, that mystique
what it
element.
is.
Man, but if you done told her everything, you done spilled everything,
the suspense is gonna.
In the first 2 weeks, you done told her everything, you done showed her everything, you done gave her all this access. Ain't nothing left.
You're not challenging.
You're a company.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Back in 1 Corinthians 7 and 34, there is difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit. But she that is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare on you, but for that which is comely, and that you may.
Jump on to verse 29.
Verse 29.
That's the point, because this is the dynamic that changed the game, even for those that are married. Go ahead.
Now this is 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remains that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Those that have wives be as though they have none. You see, that's when the shit get real. When you got a woman in the house, when there's so much going on, you got so much going on in the spirit, you out of pocket. You see, you missing. You in the same house with, but you so tapped in, it's like you ain't even there because you tapped into the spirit.
That thrills you, one.
Yeah, that's changed the game.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna see who can do that. Because you gotta think about it. It's so heavy. You got the spirit in one room, you in your room, whatever you got set up, and you researching, you studying. Guess what? Across the hallway is comfort, chill. But you gotta deny that in the house. You got to be even in the house with the woman, and it comes a time you got to deny yourself that instant pleasure because there's so much going on in the spirit. And then you, as a man, you're being sharp in the spirit for the sake of the house. No one couldn't be laid up with this goddamn woman, man. And the ark had to be built. Because you got to think during the time of Noah, it was restaurants, it was bars, it was live music, it was celebrities, all this was going on. You see? So Noah couldn't get caught up. You know the woman wanted to be into that shit. You see? Especially if you have substance. That's why Lot wife looked back. Because you gotta think, Lot wife, well, him and Abraham, they servants got into it.
Yeah, yeah.
They servants got into it because they had so much increase. Right. So what would that mean? That Lot, if Lot had servants, that means his woman had servants.
Right.
So she was living a particular lifestyle. You know, she was of the upper echelon of Sodom and Gomorrah. So she had certain deals, certain relationships, certain circles that she was in. Okay,
that's why she looked back.
She looked back.
Hey, quick one, bro. Luke
bro.
17:26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Yeah. So in the days of Noah, okay, it was going down. Okay, because you gotta think. They said the earth was so wicked. Okay, that every thought of man was continually evil. So it had to be going down. It had to be a party scene. It had to be a nightlife. All that shit was going down. The heathen was always into that shit. The sons of God was into it. Noah was just of the sons of God and their remnant who stayed dedicated to the mission. Okay? You don't know the name of Noah's wife. Okay? But she was delivered based on what Noah was doing. So the best thing you can do for a woman is serve the Lord. That's the best thing you can do for a woman. See, they not always gonna see that, but it ain't about her seeing it. It's about us knowing what to do and execute. You know, and having the mindset. Hey, if she leaves, she leaves. You know, go ahead.
That's it, bro.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, starting at verse 48. And when they saw him, they were amazed, and his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrow.
Yep. So you had Mary looking for Yahushua, showing you that Mary just a typical mother, man. You know, I'm showing you that mother, that Mary, she was blessed to have Yahushua, okay, but she's still just a woman. And she had woman tendencies, man. Okay? So she was concerned about Yahushua, okay, because she didn't, because he wasn't back with her. But remember, they had went to Jerusalem, okay, and Mary knows the law because he's 12, so he's a man, so she's looking for Yahushua to go ahead.
Did that the angel inform her what he would be about?
Exactly.
And she's speaking on behalf of Joseph. Joseph ain't looking for Yahushua. He probably never seen what time it was.
Bring your ass on.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta find them though. We need to find them. But you know that's how Eve with their sons, man.
Verse 49. And he said unto them,
and she was trying to turn the house out to a baby boy.
Yeah. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business?
Yeah, so Yahushua was 12, and Jake said he was standing on business. He was tapped in, he was locked in. You know, and see, we studied, because if you want to be great, you study the greats. Why was the Apostle Paul able to be so productive? He didn't have any distractions. You see, Yahushua, why was he able to be so productive? It said the miracles he knew, the books of the world could contain them. How was he able to be so productive and active? He didn't have any distractions.
Fully engaged.
So even though we do got situations as men, there's certain times to where we gotta close that shit out. We gotta block that shit out and tap into the tunnel vision in the spirit, man.
And think about Yahushua, because he was King Solomon.
Yep.
Now he remembered how he went off as King Solomon, and as himself, he was like, you know what? It's not even worth it.
Lead them whole.
Lead them whole, lucky.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
You know it. And Adam fucking with the woman.
Yeah.
It's King Solomon, the goddamn woman.
That's it.
Okay.
Verse 50. And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them.
Yeah, they understood, okay, that he was there to be tapped in on the whole, and everything was open. You see? Like he had this scripture with the government shall be on the show. Yeah. You know? So Yahushua had to be extremely disciplined in the world where pleasure was convenient. We have to be disciplined in the world where convenience is pleasure is convenient, man. You see?
And as a young man, you know, it's easy to get caught up in this. You know, you 17, 18, you want to go to these sports things, you want to party, you want to stay up late and bullshit. So Yahweh Shah went through that same, those same situations, man.
I can back you up. I had to handle some business today. I'm out of town. I went out there. I said, oh, hell no. Because you'll go into certain situations, you know, because you got to be there to handle them. You got to handle them. But you'll realize, hey, I can't stick around. This shit going to be a hindrance. I can't stick around here. I can't do this. I got to handle this and go back to where I came from. You know, but just back, you know, you see, when you're of a certain age, you got to do certain things and handle certain, you know, tasks and business, I would say. You know, sometimes it'll put you in an environment where you gotta get there, do what you gotta do, stay focused and leave. But if you start to get indulged in that shit too much, then chipping away start to happen.
You started at 15. Because we coming into a time now, you know, we coming into the clutch. You know, like I say, Satan comes with many faces. Satan comes with many different angles, man. You know, because like I say, you might not, you know, Satan might not can get you with the party girl, you know, but he'll get you with that homemaker. You see, Satan might not can get you, you know, with with alcohol, okay, but then Satan can get you with chasing the bag. You see, he put a bag on you, man. So Satan comes. And whatever angle he uses at the time, okay, to get us to go through life.
I got a lead one to read y'all. This is Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
And you see, the armor, you know, is a protection. And in the spirit, you just gotta have a rule of thumb. You know, when you in the spirit, you got to have a rule of thumb. And the rule of thumb is this taken away from me in the spirit, or is it add to me in the spirit? Yeah, and it's going to show. The results are going to show. You can say, I'm good. But then when you look at the results, the product, the output is like, not good. Yeah, your report card going to show. Yeah, your report card going to show.
Hey, Priest, can I back you up? Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon. His master told him how, you know, the opponent or the op basically comes in like images. You know what I'm saying? So Bruce Lee started breaking all them fucking mirrors in order to see Satan for who he was. We'll say Hans was Satan.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do, like you said. So Satan ain't gonna come at you as just the money looking creature, but it's gonna be in beautiful faces, like a homemaker. You know what I'm saying? Your job, your brother, your sister, but you have to destroy those images to see Satan for who he truly is.
What you say? You said sometimes what's your best defense against you? You.
Yeah, even you. That's why it tells you the scripture talks about brighter our lust and shit. You know?
God, it's 15. Yeah. This is the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 15. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care.
Yeah, this speaking of wisdom. See, when you get to a certain level of wisdom, it says you shall be without care. Because you don't care about most shit when you understand true wisdom. You don't care about most shit in this world. The things that people care about and obsessed with, we begin not to care about because we understand true wisdom. You understand this shit don't mean nothing. This shit don't mean nothing. Yeah, their opinion don't mean nothing. How they feel don't mean nothing. Okay, this engagement don't mean nothing. The only thing that's meaningful is wisdom, righteousness, and how about you now. So tapping into wisdom makes us careful. You know, you got to say that shit will get burned up.
Verse 16. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth her favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought.
Hey, wisdom is gonna see if you're worthy of her. And one thing about it, wisdom ain't gonna chase you. You gotta chase wisdom. If you're not available, wisdom is gonna pass you up. We gotta make ourselves available for wisdom. And then when not available, wisdom gonna pass you up. Wisdom ain't gonna chase you down, ask you where you been, why you ain't came around? No, wisdom gonna keep going to the next word of soul. Well, look, you too busy. The house shot gonna be like, well, look, he too busy for wisdom. Take what he got and give it to him that's occupied in wisdom. That goes back to that parable. Yeah, the talent.
You know, that woman used to be trying to get on your team. You know, Jacob chased a woman in the world all day. You know, and the results are horrible. You know, you don't get nothing. Fuck around, get child support. You know, sue, lose shit. But wisdom, man. Wisdom is a woman who's gonna, you know, nourish you, man. She's gonna build you up, and that's all through the spirit.
I was watching it. I think it was Muhammad Ali. He was doing like a sit down. He was talking about things of value. You know, he was going on how things of value are hidden. You gotta seek it. You gotta find it. You know, he was talking about, you know, the woman put clothes on herself. But the point about it is, he was saying something that's of value. Nature itself hides it. So you gotta seek that out. Wisdom, you gotta find wisdom. Wisdom ain't just gonna say, hey, you need me. So you gotta sit down. You gotta told. You gotta look for it. You gotta talk to brothers, ask questions. You know, just backing up what you're saying.
What you gotta do to see wisdom? What do you have to have to see wisdom? You gotta have time. You gotta have the time. If you're occupied and all over the place, chaos, you don't have time for wisdom. Wisdom don't deal in chaos. Wisdom deals with order and structure. Wisdom produces order and structure and system. Because as men, we have to learn how to run, our situation in the system, man, in order and structure. Man, we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahushua. We're gonna be running systems that run the earth with righteousness. Man. So we have to begin with running the system that He has given us authority over now, man. And then first ourselves, and then some brothers got certain households that they over. Well, you have to run that in a particular system. You know? There you go. There you got it.
And this is Matthew 5 and 29. Matthew 25 and 29. For unto everyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance.
Yep. Everyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance.
Right. Again, Matthew 25 and 29. For unto everyone that has shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that has not shall be taken away even that which he has.
Yeah, so even that which you have. So the Lord, the scriptures, you know, just give this wisdom. Okay? And whatever portion we got, all right, the Lord respects a return. Okay? But if you are not producing a return on what's been given, well, the Lord can take that wisdom and give it to someone that's profitable, man. You know? And that's how this thing works. You got to understand, we're not entitled to this understanding, man. It's a privilege to be here. You know? Yeah.
So he may remove a person out of the camp and then another person get that position. You know, and everything that person taught you, he'll just multiply your spirit.
Yeah.
This is how it works, man.
You said that a long time ago. Like, the Lord will move you out the way, and then the next brother, that whoever in line next will be the one that take that spot. So it's not set in stone for us.
No.
You know, we gotta continue to fight
To the very end.
It ain't over. Saying ain't over till it's over.
Yeah, because even if you think about Judas, that never was his slot. You know, it was always Malachi's position. Judas just had it occupied for the allotted time.
And this Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast. That let no man take thy crown.
Nobody take thy crown. That's man, you know, or woman. You know, because that's what Satan wants to do. Satan's out here trying to snatch crowns, man.
That's it, man.
You know? I say he's very seductive. He's very, all right, called strategic. You know, Satan is extreme strategic, man. You know?
I'll just say one more thing, too. Yeah, for those that are in counts, man, hey, respect your position, man. You know, whether you number 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, it's a blessing to be in the truth, man. So if you got a position in this truth, you're supposed to honor your position. So your rank and profile is very important. Funny how I say, if you don't respect small things, like such as your ranking and camp, how you gonna run the world in the next like the call?
Hey, I just think about when I was about So what I used to do, I used to go to the club before it opened. So I would get in, and then I was able, to play. I was being the DJ, let me play a song or two. But see, what I did, I just kept coming every week, like I worked there. Even before I was DJ, I used to come every week before everybody, before I worked there. I used to play a couple songs, and one time he let me play 5 songs, and he started letting me do 30 minutes. And after a while, he started letting me hold it down till he get there. Yeah, they gradually. So it's like going into it with this truth, especially when you first come in, like you don't need to miss nothing. Like every second is precious because that's the development phase. So you should be in the mindset that I got to be here. Like you first start coming to camp, before you even join the camp, man, it's like I got to be here like I'm in the camp. Then when you get in the camp, okay. Remember we had the whole sign for a while. About didn't hold the sign to your triceps.
Like over there,
yeah. See, but you was excited just to go hold sign, right? Especially what Caesar and Cesare. That make motherfucker have a wreck. Cesare. Break they dick. But going into it, man, you gotta always treat this thing like a privilege, man. And it's something, if you really treat something like a privilege, it's gonna show, okay, by how you prioritize it. Yeah.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 14. What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith and have not works, can faith save him?
So you can say you believe, but your actions are going to show. Your actions are going to show what you prioritize. Okay? You can say your mouth, say any goddamn thing, but your actions are going to really show what you prioritize, man. And you can't fake it. Because whatever you treasure, the scripture say your heart will be there. That's your mind going to be there.
You're always thinking about it.
Yeah. Because whatever you want to do, you're going to be on time for it. You're going to have the resources for it. Okay? You're going to sacrifice for it. When it's something that you want to do, you're going to customize your schedule just for that.
Ain't nobody got to tell you.
Yeah, ain't nobody got to tell you nothing. Ain't nobody got to remind you. Ain't nobody got to sit down and, help you strategize. And some shit you want to do. It's a bitch in Alaska that you really want to go see.
You gonna make it happen?
Jake gonna make that shit happen.
Swim.
Yeah. Jake gonna be in that bitch on the sled.
$5.
Jake gonna be in that bitch.
Cold in the mother.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, pay your tax too. Because you gotta live this thing on and off camera too, man. So brothers need to be paying their tax in every count. Y'all need to be paying your tax. And it's a system for the brotherhood, man. It can help the apostles out. A brother comes short and things of that nature. How did the scripture say? Malachi 3:8, don't rob the Most High. The Most High don't need your fucking money. But if you believe in it, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna pay your tax and you're gonna give what you can give. We shouldn't have to be telling brothers to do this and do that.
Small price is paid for the reward that's going to come after.
Because it comes from the Lord anyway. Yeah. All the income you got comes from the Lord. So it's like, even when it comes to tights, they really show where your heart is. How much you're willing to put into the tights, okay, shows where your heart is, where your mind is. Because we're a nation building, you see? And at the end of the day, even you come from the world, you used to Jake, like the money being shot. Guess what? I'm gonna get this. If Jake don't do right by it, that's on them. If Jake don't do right by it, that's on them. Because at the end of the day, the Lord can make income do this and do that. After a while, man, when you really get into this thing and get to serving, man, like the income and money, man, you get this shit different, man. The Most High can make your shit go up and go down, man. The Most High can add a comma, take a comma, add 2 more commas, man. Because especially when your mindset is serving, okay. And see, that's another thing. The Lord, if you can't turn loose 10%, then the Lord can't trust you with no increase. You can't turn loose 10%. I can't trust you with no increase when you got a death grip on this 10%. You know? You gotta go.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, starting verse 20. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound which I have kept laid up in the napkin. This is the book of Luke, chapter 19, starting at verse 12. He said, therefore, a certain noble went into a far country to receive for him a kingdom.
So that's your house shot. Okay, that far country went to the spiritual realm to receive a kingdom of it.
And to return. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come.
So occupy. And you go into that word occupy, that means, you know, be in a business. This is a business, it's a spiritual business. You know? This is the most important business, okay, that we have. Go ahead. You look at the word business, occupy.
This is occupy in the Greek. To be occupied in anything, to carry on a business.
Carry on the business. Okay, this is business. This is the most important business that we got. Okay, because as the sons of God, what are we doing? We're reestablishing righteousness in the earth under Yahushua. You see, the kingdom of heaven is going to be a righteous business ran by Israelite men in the earth. Okay, so here.
Back in Luke 19, verse 14, but his citizens hated him and sent a message after him saying, we would not have this man to reign over us.
Yeah, the rebels. You know, you got that now. You got guys that saying that we're not going to worship Yahushua, we don't worship Yahushua. Okay, so that spirit is after them. All right, but now
and it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading.
Yeah, every man had gained by trading, by being occupied in business. Okay, so Yahushua is coming to collect. Okay, the talent that he gives us, that was an investment. We've been invested into. That's why our time is not our time anymore. Our body ain't our body anymore. You see? Yahushua bought that with their blood. You see, we've been purchased. Yeah, so when Yahushua come back, man, he going, okay, I bought your time. What you been doing with it? I made an investment in you. What have you been doing with it? Go ahead.
Verse 17, and he said unto, verse 16, then came the first saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, have thou authority over 10 cities.
That's going to be literal, because Yahushua is going to give brother promises in the kingdom. Okay? That's why you have to run your personal situation now like a kingdom. You see? You should be put this wisdom, we given this wisdom to put our situation in order. Okay? To be able to put wisdom in the earth where you have to have peace, you have to have time. Okay? Go ahead.
And he said, and the second came saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. Verse 20. And the other came saying, Lord, behold, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin.
Yep. So here it is, you had this one guy who had these pounds, and he just put it in the napkin. And then, when you do something like that, you know, that's you really not caring about the interest of the person that invested in you. Right. You know? But that's going to hide your talent, your gift to teach, okay, and hiding it where it's not working and making an increase, man. The Lord is all about increase, man. Go ahead.
Verse 21. For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man.
So he coming with the bullshit excuses, man. See, that's one thing y'all shot not gonna deal with all these goddamn excuses, man. You know? That's something that you go to this world, especially dealing with Jake, man. They got excuses for every goddamn thing. And I was shocked not coming back to hear no excuses, man. And that's something, it's a habit that we have to get out of, always trying to have excuses. No. And I was shocked is when results. He comes back for results. He's not trying to hear the explanation of why it didn't happen. He wants to know, all right, what my results at. And this nigga get to explain it. I was shocked. Gonna cuss this nigga out, man. Go ahead.
Because any investment, who brings back exactly what the investor gave? Yeah. The investor expect an interest back. Yeah. If I give you 10, like you said, I expect you to bring me back 15 to 20. Yeah. So how much more your house shot, man? How you give you talent to be able to receive the spirit and know breakdowns and preach the gospel, but you decide not to, like you doing him a favor.
And you don't want to hear them stories, goddamn.
No.
That's a waste of resources. You do not want to hear them goddamn excuses and stories. Okay? When you invest in something, man, you expect results. Yep. When you pay for something, you expect results, man. You do not want to hear them goddamn excuses and stories, man.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him,
and he condemned himself. Because he said, you take us up without didn't lay down, and reapest what you didn't sow. Well, if you knew that, why was you sowing? If you knew how I get down, why you didn't sow? Well, see, that's Jake with them bullshit excuses, man. And Jake be thinking that them bullshit excuses, them pre-made cop excuses, gonna fly, man. Yeah, I was trying out hearing that shit. The spirit always exposed that shit, man. Go ahead.
And he said unto him, out of thy own mouth will I judge thee.
Yeah, out of thy own mouth, because he already
told it on himself.
You know you're an austere man, so you know he's austere, and you know he's coming back expecting the increase. But what, you still did what the fuck you wanted to do? Because guess what? When he laid that towel in the napkin, what did he do? He had to go do his own thing.
Hold it up, sit it down.
Yeah, he had to go live his own life and chill and kick it. Because one thing about it, this talent comes with the responsibility. See, everybody wants to have the perks. Nobody wants to deal with the sacrifice that go into maintaining them perks. You see? Everybody wants the perks. Everybody wants the final product or something. No one wants to deal with the constant sacrifice that it takes to keep it going. You got it, bro.
Out of thy own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did so not.
Yeah.
Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required my own with usury.
Yeah, usury. So you could at least invest it, and been collaborating with brothers. You could at least, been a constant reader. You could at least been doing something to further this talent, man. To God.
This is Luke 19, verse 23 again in the NLT. Why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it.
Yeah. So this guy didn't make nothing. He didn't make no increase. Okay, he was given the talent, didn't make no increase. So the return of Yahushua, he's called a wicked servant, and then he's going to go into his judgment.
Verse 24. And he said unto them that stood by, take from him the pound, and give it to him that have 10 pounds. And they say unto him, Lord, he have 10 pounds.
Yeah, they ain't Look, give it to him, because I know what he going to do with it. Right. And that's the same thing you would do. If you had different franchises, but the t-shirt company, in Michigan is selling 20,000, a month, and the one, in Florida is selling 500 a month. Well, you gonna look. Let's shut this little shit down, and the clientele and inventory you got, let's give it to the inventory in Michigan because they got this shit rolling. Right. And that's how the Lord look at it. Like, look, I'm not giving this wisdom to be wasted. So I'm gonna strip you from the wisdom and give it to somebody that's gonna make an increase, man. That's serious minded about this. You got your get your right there.
I did First Corinthians, the 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. Yep. Therefore, my beloved brother, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of Yahweh Bashem Shai. For as much as you know, your labor is not in vain in Yahweh Bashem Shai.
And it says labor, it says abounding. And when you go into abounding, that means going beyond the fixed or exceeded number. You know, going beyond the fixed or exceeded number, man. Okay? So if we want to be elite in this thing, man, you know, we should be in the spirit of abounding in this thing, man, going beyond. Okay? Because it's so like if someone has to beg you to do something, you're really not into it. You know, if someone has to beg you to do anything, you're really not into it like that. You know?
Y'all said it too. In the church also, you know, like a lot of brothers don't, a lot of people think this work is it's not going unnoticed. It's been noticed. It's been noticed by Yahweh Bashem Shai. You might get 1 view, 2 views. Guess what? The Lord see it. That's all that really matters. The Lord see you doing this work, man. That's all that matters. So it is being noticed by Yahweh Bashem Shai.
So I get 10 views. I don't give a fuck. Maybe you want to drop on.
Me on that sometimes you need the spirit.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
This is the back of the book of Luke, chapter 19, verse 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come.
I got the word occupy. I'm going to read the Google, the Edelman, then I'm going to read the commentary. The Google says to take control of, the Edelman says to take possession of, and the commentary here in the KJV, it says to do business.
It said take possession of. But how can you be occupied in something where you're never available for? If you're not available for it, you can't be occupied in it.
Like, just like when you go to a restaurant, if somebody's in there, it's going to have occupied on there.
Yeah.
If it's empty, it's going to have what? Vacant.
You know, your spot vacant, and the Lord really can't deal like that. You know? You got that.
Okay. I guess 2 Peter 1 and 10. 2 Peter 1 and 10. 2 Peter 1 and 10.
All right, this is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail.
Hey, read that again.
This is book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore the rather brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Hey, diligence goes into being consistent and it's ongoing. It's abounding. You don't stop. Now, yeah, you have slow times in this thing where you may twist your ankle, you may sprain your finger, you may fall down. But the most important thing is you get back up and you keep moving, man.
Just men fall 7 times.
Think about this, bro. Go ahead, bro.
For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Right, so you're gonna have off nights, but you don't stop quitting. Right, you keep going. And go to Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, bro. You know, so this thing is actually about living it. You know, on and off the camera to the best of your ability, and that doesn't mean that you're gonna be perfect. No, but you still put out the best effort to the best of your ability.
Hey, like this song goes, I forget the group. Don't stop believing, man.
That's what it goes. Yeah, believe
This is my shit, man. But don't stop believing, man. Nothing else. Everything is gonna come and go. But this truth, man, is to fight for and it's to die for, man. Don't don't lose that fire. Pray to Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai. And Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai, Bahashim Al-Hakadosh, Bakashab, take not that Holy Spirit away from us, man. That's what you need to fight for, man. If you're gonna chase anything, chase Sophia. You gotta go.
No, it's on you. Hey, he got some phrases.
All right, let's go, bro.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Hey, be battle ready. Prepare your soul for battle. You're gonna have certain days where it's slow, and you're gonna have certain days where it's intense. All right, it's just like you're in the military. It's certain days where you're actually in battle.
Soldiers of Yahushua.
We're soldiers of Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai. Yeah, those domestic problems is part of your battle. The intensity on the job, certain adversaries at work, it's part of your battle, man. All right, be battle-minded. All right? Endure the battle. Don't pray to lighten the load. Pray to endure it. You know?
Quick one.
You got it?
2nd Ezra 7:57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born on the earth shall fight.
This is the condition of the battle. So we're like contestants. We didn't make it, but we're in that audition. We're in the. It's a trial, man.
Still in the fight.
Yeah, man. Hey, we are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake. Y'all remember the show Making the Band? Diddy had them walk 3 hours to get a cheesecake.
Right.
But it was really more like a humiliation ritual. So this right here with the, come on, man, this is a humiliation ritual, man. You know, that nigga couldn't drive and get a cheese, he couldn't send somebody. No, it was a humiliation ritual. The Most High God is doing the same thing, man. Righteousness, man.
Back in Sirach, chapter 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and continually endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble.
The KJV says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. That means you got to constantly adjust for the new battles.
Take the blows, keep on pushing.
And when we teach, yeah, that's right. And when we teach it, we're teaching for you, but we're teaching for us too. Because what does this do for us on the highways and the byways, man? It builds us up for the battle next week. Friday is like, okay, we're back in our safe haven, eating and drinking. But Sunday, Monday, it's back to the battle, man. You know? But, you know, but be battle-minded. Don't have the mindset, I hope nothing happens ever. Like, no, things are going to happen. Prepare for it, man. Spiritually prepare for it. All right?
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Hey, and the increase at the last end is the kingdom, man.
That's right.
Shalom. At the water, brother. Hey, don't have your mindset. Don't have your mindset on setting yourself up for 10 years from now.
Right.
5 years from now. Let me set myself up generational. No, man.
Just in case.
Just in case, man.
This is the just in case.
Yeah, this is. We're die hard for you. How about your shine? That's part of being fools. I ain't thinking about no 401k. I ain't set myself up for no. Nah, man.
We want real life.
Yeah.
This ain't life.
This ain't life.
Put your child in college tuition.
Yeah, man. Do you know what goes down in college? And all that shit is a scale, man. If college was that important, it'd be free.
Right.
If we just had to have college, it'd be free. I'm looking at 30 spread out there. I was 19. You had some capital value?
Yeah, bro. This is for you, one. This is Revelation 11:3, going to the humiliation ritual. And I will give power to my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 score days, clothed in sackcloth.
Yep. And this is the sackcloth, man. All right. Go ahead.
And the 2 witnesses are the northern and southern kingdom.
Yep, that's right.
Luke 14:11. For whosoever exalts himself shall be abased, and he that humbles himself shall be exalted.
And we're humbling ourselves through the, yeah, that's right.
That's right.
We're humbling ourselves through the ministry. Through being fools for Yahweh Shai's sake on the highways and the byways.
Walking to get that cheesecake.
Walking to get that cheesecake. And that was an extended walk.
Yeah.
3-hour walk, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So this is an extended white 3-3.
That's what
Like
I'm
3.5, yeah.
That's,
You know?
that's crazy.
You know? I guess, hey, give me some.
I was so fucking
Yeah.
You ain't that cheesecake.
Hey, but, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to show I told you we're gonna be made like a spectacle into the world.
Yeah.
So just imagine you walking and it's cars driving past you. It's a camera crew behind you.
You know people already saying
Yeah.
that stuff, you know?
Yeah. Like they fools.
Right.
That's like walking the fucking county line in here, probably.
Yeah.
It's all good though, because this investment is going to have a great return of investment very soon, man. You know,
This is First Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High has set forth thus the apostles' lives, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
Because spectacle means to see.
Right.
You see through your specs, though.
Right.
You're a spectator.
Yeah.
So we're made because everybody sees the humiliation.
That's right.
You know, go ahead.
Yeah, we are fools for Mashiach's sake, but you are wise in Mashiach.
Hey,
We are-
I can say, because how you already know the food goes to be empty headed.
Yeah.
And people see us out here doing the work with garments on, they think we really out of our mind. We can't be right in the head. But you know what I'm saying? That's just the spirit of Yahweh Shemi outside, where we're willing to go through that type of sacrifice and ritual, you know what I'm saying, to obtain his grace and mercy, man.
it's part of that straight gate. Man.
Yeah.
That's right. Just like we get humiliated right now through that being that spectacle.
Yeah.
Our brothers out, we're gonna be glorified through that spectacle.
That's right. Yeah, we are fools for Mashiach's sake, but you are wise in Mashiach. We are weak, but you are strong.
Because through this ministry and this foolishness of teaching, you've been built up.
That's right.
You're being built up off this teaching.
In real time right now.
Yeah.
That's right, boy. But you are strong. You are honorable, but we are despised.
Yep. So because you're getting built up, you're being edified. We didn't hit the cops called on us. Brothers got fired. Scoffers and called brothers jobs. You know, but in that process, you was getting built up. You know, through us doing the works and put it on camera, so to speak. So was there anything else? And with that, hope you're edified. Let's give one to give out another word too. Also want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and brother to the house of David the elect. The Bible,
Bible.
Shalom.
Shalom.